Hey, this is Devious Dave Rose, and this is not the intro song that I thought it was. So let's just stop that right there. But I'm a little rusty. I looked it up. December 21st was the 2024 was the last time that I streamed. So I am a little rusty. I am stoned, and I have been imbibing a little bit. Yes, it is Friday after all. Happy Friday to everyone. But as always, let's start off the show with showing our gratitude and appreciation for all those who have chosen to spend their time with us here today. We've got Latino Heat, we've got Danny MT, and we have 10 people watching. So 2 minus 10, well, 10 minus 2 equals 8. Hey, ghost watchers or hate watchers galore. You know, what else can you expect? Regardless, thank you so much for tuning in on this beautiful Friday, January 17th. Only 3 more days until the inauguration. Oh, shout out to J.R. Ford III in the chat. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're definitely going to be chilling here for a bit. Got a lot to talk about. Lots of stuff in the news. A lot of other stuff going on. But I guess fortunately there was there's a delivery of raw, uncut drama that was delivered to the diner, actually, earlier today in confusion. And, well, we decided to pay for it. You can't let good drama die and go rotten, you know. You might as well use it while it's fresh and serve it up because the people just demand it. It's, you know, it's better than crack, I guess. But you know, the diner looks like it's going to be opening. But, you know, I've got stuff to talk about. And again, the night is long and I'm not going anywhere. I'm here to chill for now. And then when my appetite strikes right, we shall open the diner. But, yeah, I keep watching the viewership. Ooh, people tuning in and, you know, not saying much, but they're there. Haters and lovers, sisters and brothers. But, yeah, a lot of stuff to talk about. Oh, 12 people watching. Look at that. So, might as well get this out of the way. But yeah, it's been a while since I've been on. I've been actually wanting to go on since about, you know, the day after Christmas. All the festivities were done, all the visits, all the parties, all that sort of thing. And yeah, I thought on the 26th, which is Boxing Day here, that, you know, after I got my shit done for the day, that I'd do some streaming. And then I got a call, a call that I'd been dreading for a while. And my father passed away. So that was interesting. And, you know, it certainly hit me hard, but it was, you know, kind of weird for the first week because it just didn't really compute. But and I'd been wanting to stream for a while, but like, you know, as soon as that happened, that was just like, I don't really give a shit. but people contacted me and asked me about streams and stuff and all that, and like I like streaming. I like hanging out with people. I like getting different people's opinions. Apparently, there's this rumor in the community that apparently I influence people's uh, thought patterns and stuff. I was told earlier today, evil Geppetto. Um, and I think that's fucking hilarious. But yeah, like, so I've I've wanted to stream and stuff, have fun, take my mind off things, but um, the week after actually uh, really hit me hard, and yeah, fucking the entire week was just like a blur to me. Um, it was definitely challenging, but um, it's been basically 3 weeks now, and been working through a lot of things, and you know, overlooking the negative and looking at the positive, and um, looking back at, like, rather than dwell, not negative. I mean, like, dwell, you know, that somebody I looked up to is no longer on the planet and stuff, and that still is just weird to think about. Um, but I don't know, it's hard to sort of formulate my thoughts on this matter, but it's um, it's something obviously that everyone has to accept. Death, taxes on death. That's something you gotta accept, and it's the positive stuff. It's the memories that have sort of brought me out of that low down feeling type thing. Um, yeah, hard to explain. Certainly, you have to experience it. Really, I mean, like, you can console people. Like, I've consoled people when they've told me that one of their family members has died, but unless you've actually been there and experienced that sort of thing, you really don't have that full connection. And it is also hard to relay that sort of concept if you haven't experienced it. So, it's obviously challenging, putting my thoughts into a formulaic manner that can be understood. I am also on the influence of the cannabis. But yeah, so I've wanted to stream, but it's just been kind of difficult. I mean, I don't think I have to go prattle on anymore. I'm sure everyone can sort of get it, or at least understand it. Yeah, that whole motivation thing is just gone. And again, it's also difficult because, again, I love talking about food and stuff, and I want to get back to doing Too Many Chefs, something like that. I personally enjoy it. People tell me they enjoy it. It's also something different. I mean, people talk about video games, and you have the variety shows and all that sort of thing, but who else is fucking doing some cooking and stuff? And it's just cool to be able to interact on that layer. I want to do Kerbals. Like, again, I love just thinking about Kerbals. It's just great. But then, then you get hit with the lack of motivation or depression, and it's just like, I just, like, I want to just brood. But, you also got to understand that that's the worst thing. You can't be brooding. You know, you just gotta work through it, and it's a challenge. I mean, I know other people have gone through this, so you know they understand. But it's just hard for me to be able to relay this sort of thing. And I'm not. You know, the funny thing is, I'm not even. I'm getting tongue tied and having difficulty sort of putting my thoughts together here, and being honest. But I haven't even been looking at the chat. Usually when I get befuddled like that, I'm looking at the chat. So I'm not even looking at that because if I was, I'd just be totally ground up and you know. So I haven't been monitoring what you guys have been saying. But again, not that I think I owe people, although other people think I owe them. That's hilarious. But, you know, it's not that I think that I owe other people an explanation or where I've been or blah, blah, blah. It's just like people have reached out to me and genuinely shown concern or interest. And, you know, obviously that would make you feel good, wouldn't it? It certainly makes me feel good. And somebody wants to know what I'm up to, that they enjoy what I talk about, and you know, and want to hear me do my thing. So you know, I wanted to at least do a chill hangout and tell people where I was at, as well as what I have planned for the future, because plans change. I've said this in the past. I've wanted to continue to do Too Many Chefs because it's just something that I really enjoy, and I think I could do it better. I think there's a lot of possibility and stuff. I still have the plan to make a community cookbook. I think it'd be cool as fuck. I can make it literally in a PDF and then give it out for free. And it's simple recipes that anybody, even Bullfrog, could... Well, hold on. I'll take that one back. But that mostly anybody will be able to make. And affordable and, you know, healthy. So, yeah. So that's still something I have planned. I mean, again, I was the first person to ever make a video game in this community that was community-based. I don't know if there's any other people in this community that actually code video games, but I made basically an 8-bit video game, Space Invaders style, called Major Purple Cock. Can't remember what the subtitle was, but yeah, it was a Space Invaders, you know, clone, and it was made in Basic 64, and it was accused of me that I was trying to infect people on their computer, which is hilarious, and I ended up showing it on a video. It's like, nope, it's not a fucking virus. I literally made it. Here's the fucking code, and here's the fucking game. But yeah, again, I plan to make a community cookbook, easy recipes, make it free, and hey, maybe it'll help you out. I want to, like I said, want to do more Kerbals. A lot of stuff in space these days that's going on. Game's fun as fuck, and even with the computer that I have right now that I'm using to stream. Doesn't have the best game capabilities. It's still well enough to handle Kerbals. So there's that. There's a few other things that I would like to do, but it's okay. So for example, Fighting Words podcast that I used to have on Sundays. A lot of fun for me, but it takes so much work, and my time is extremely limited during the week. And sometimes I'm so goddamn tired from fucking work that all I want to do is just relax. I just want to sit back, fucking watch a movie, I don't know, read a book, listen to a podcast. That's all I want to do. I don't want to even fucking move. On weekends, got more time, but I want to, also do the other things that I want to do and then I have to do. So the time that it takes to, I think, put on a good show as one person to the detail level that I do, okay? Because really anybody can just go live and, okay, cool. But again, I do try to put some production effort into it. And I think that, the sort of research that's required for a fair discussion on Fighting Words podcast, it takes a whole fucking week. It really does. You're watching news the entire fucking week and trying to pick the best stories that you're going to be discussing on the limited time that you have. So it's a challenge, and you want to do the best you can. So that takes away from work and all that, and from the time available you have off work. So there's stuff that I'd like to do because I enjoy doing it, and people apparently do too. But it's just a challenge to juggle the time and decide what takes priority. So it's not like I don't want to discuss Kerbals, even if I only got 4 people there. I'm having a fucking blast. And I'm talking science too. But, then there's fucking Drama Diners. Right now we got, 12 people watching? So that's cool too. And when I do Too Many Chefs, that can get sometimes up to 20, well, it's been a while, I guess 20 viewers, sometimes more, but it's been a long time since I did that show, actually. And I also planned it out for lunchtime. People are on their break or lunch. People are also either getting ready to do their break and they're watching the video, getting hungry. And so many times you can read the chats because I leave those up. Like, fuck you, Dave, you're making me hungry. And that was the plan, actually. It was all planned out that way. And it was a great time. Before I continue, I've got to do catch up. I do have to catch up, I should say, with the chat. And I will pour out a not that small amount of Johnny Walker Black Label and 12 year. And my dad liked that. He liked whiskey, Scotch whiskey, and yeah, this is Salut. Ba. All right, some good whiskey. I mean, I love my whiskey, but I drink it very, very rarely. Got myself the smallest bottle of this stuff I could get, which is 375 milliliters, and this will last me a long while. Yeah, I'm not like other people that just drown themselves in whiskey and stuff. I like actually to taste the flavor. I'm a pseudo whiskey snob, I guess, but I like Irish whiskey too. Let me check my phone. I'm getting some alerts here. More spam. Great stuff. All right, so let's get back to the to the chat here. I got to catch up. Latino Heat says the diner is never closed down forever. The diner is forever, and so is El Patron de Rose. That is true, it seems to be. Casey is Ross says, Dave, you suck. Okay, thank you so much. Ryan the Heel says, prayers, Dave. Tina Heat says, I'm feeling for you. My mother passed away this past September. I'm sorry to hear that. There's some talking between them. I wanted to just make sure I got everyone's comments here that were relevant to the show and not them shitting on each other. Because sometimes in the chat, people are just having different discussions. I'm doing a show or something, and you have a conversation about sports or something, and like, oh, this guy's going to get this many points, and like, he's going to get... It's just like, okay, thanks for at least hanging out. You know, I guess I'm that background noise that keeps you okay. Yeah, have your conversation. I mean, apparently the last I heard, the YouTube algorithm brings it up, you know? Who knows? Maybe we'll get strange people that we've never had here. Doubtful, but that's how it is. Take another sip of this whiskey here. I did kind of slip there while pouring, so rather than give myself one finger of whiskey, I gave myself two. And this stuff, again, 12 years, black label, needs to be enjoyed. Just trying to catch up with the chat here. Dave, can you call me on Skype? I want to talk to you. Well, we can take calls later, maybe. Casey says, granted, when I say you suck, when I joined the show, I didn't realize what happened. That's fine. I mean, that didn't kill my dad, so don't worry about that. But imagine if I had that Tommy clip right now. He's fucking dead. But yeah, I'm sure Casey would play that on me. But yeah, I guess I've caught up with the chat. Oh, shout out to Irish Dave in the chat. Haven't seen you in a bit. But then again, I haven't been online for a bit. Yeah, what else? Oh, all right. So I do plan to be bringing back some shows, and you know, I'm just gonna have to fit them in where I can. But I do enjoy it, and again, I'm gonna play my Kerbals, you know, no matter how many people fucking watch me. I'm going to be spitting science facts, which, again, a lot of nerds out there. And I call them nerds because, actually, fags. They're not really nerds like me. I'm a true proper nerd who is intelligent and also insightful. Because they just get angry that people know things. Science shit. Nerd shit. And they would even have the gall to actually say, oh, you've only got 2 people watching you. Yeah, but they're clearly smarter than you because they understand this stuff. You don't like it? Well, that's a you problem. But thanks for coming out. What else? I'm getting bombarded here with messages. Ooh. Interesting. But there was something else I was going to transition to here. But yeah, expect me to be airing more often. doing the streams that I like to stream. And hey, you want to tune in? Great. You don't? Your loss. But on that note, I guess I'll open up the Skype lines. I mean, Casey did say that he wanted to call in. But yeah, and also, if you Skype lines are now open, by the way. But again, if some people who do watch the streams want me to do something specific, say for example with Kerbals, then let me know. There are people either on my server or others that let me know about this stuff. But again, we have a lot of ghost watchers out there, so you let me know in the chat. Casey is now on the call, so Casey is on the call. He's pointing to his head. I don't know why. You can't hear me, Casey? Let me just write this in. Casey.
No, I cannot hear you. No.
Okay, well that's a you problem.
Nope, I cannot hear you.
Okay, well I'm gonna quit that. Let me guess. Skype doesn't know my microphone. Check 1 2. Oh, that was no problem there. Let's try again. Check 1 2.
There we go.
No, this is your fault somehow. I'm gonna have to figure out how to blame it on you.
How's my fault?
Give me a few minutes, and I'll figure out some sort of scheme that works. I'm after all this puppet master that people have accused me of, and
well, you
I'm
are
evil Geppetto. Evil Geppetto. I love that. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna make AI. I don't like dealing with AI too much, but I'm gonna get AI to make an evil Geppetto. And
I'll be the puppet.
Hey, I could do that. When you ask Chat GPT or something, who is Casey is Raw, it'll probably say like, I have no idea. So like, I'd have to use a picture of you instead of having it comb the internet.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear what happened.
I appreciate that.
Am I echoing? Because I can hear me a little bit.
No, you're coming in great. I can't.
Okay.
I'm not listening to the stream right now. Let me just unmute a picture of you instead of having it comb the internet. Sexy is awesome.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear what happened. Yeah, I just feel bad.
On the stream on the stream you sound good, so don't worry about that.
Oh. Well, I don't hear it no more, so it was resolved. But, I mean, it's good to see you around. I know when I lost my parents and my wife, it was very hard to get past it. I would say the first year, especially when my wife passed, and same thing with my mom, I should have went to therapy because I was emotional wreck. Like, I didn't let a lot of people know, but I mean, a lot of times when I'm on the show, I'm like wearing a mask, hiding the pain,
Yeah, but what I've noticed is that the best therapy is speaking to people that care about you. That's the best therapy. Not going to somebody who, again, has a fake degree and really doesn't give a shit about your feelings or about you, and is just there to collect a paycheck, pretend that they care. No, it's the real therapy. And again, I appreciate those that did reach out to me, that did sit on calls with me while I talked, about how I felt.
Mm.
And, I appreciate them for being them, for doing that for me. Um, and I didn't share it with many people, but again, I did share it with a few, and they again certainly showed um, compassion and understanding. It gave good insight, and gave a different opinion um, to the situation.
Yeah. I mean, when my wife passed, the biggest supporter was my mom, and I moved down here back to Oklahoma because I had the rest of my real family here. I would say, like, honestly, I didn't honestly feel like her family was truly my family because they couldn't care less about what was going on with my life because I barely hear anything from them. And so when she passed, it was almost I was divorced from her family. Like, even though most of her family is on the east side of the state, of the country, I mean, but I don't get like no contact from them. But I have my real family from both my father and my mom's side that helps me out, emotionally. And it's not an easy thing to get through, but it's one of those things that just takes time, and you have to. Yeah, it's hard. It's like well, I just want to be
Yeah,
there for you, be your friend, and like I care about you. You always been there for me when I'm uh, going online or something. So I mean,
I appreciate that. I really do. And that's something else I do want to mention is that the outpouring of support that I've experienced actually both online, um, but also just in real life and stuff, just as has been overwhelming. Um, Again, like people care more than you think. And that I find overwhelming. So it's hard to navigate that sort of thing because you are mourning and so forth, but you also want to show gratitude and stuff. But it's sort of hard because you're feeling
yeah,
down and all that. But it's just like, wow, these people are really cool. Like, they really, it's not like platitude. It's just like, oh, hey, I'm sorry and whatever, and see you later. And it's just like, dude, like, let's chat, or hey, I, you want to just sit in silence? That's cool. Like, we good. Um, so that's been overwhelming. The amount of people that have actually shown an actual care and interest in me. Um, and again, the few people that I've told online, um, but even offline and stuff in real life, it that's been because obviously I deal with more people in real life, but like yeah, that's been just like wow. So
well, hey, if it would help, I can ship you my dog. I don't want him no more. Uh, he'll give you emotional support.
oh no
He'll
no no,
just
no. You keep don't send your poor doggy away. I mean I love all dogs, but I don't know about those Afghans though. I'm not a big fan of those spindly, long-haired dogs. But yeah, and it's a dog. I'm forced to love them. I love dogs, but no, you keep that dog. Um, they're your
so.
protector.
Uh, so I mean, even if I try to give it away, I mean for free, you don't want it.
No, see, I would love the dog, but the thing is though, we can't keep the dog from you. The dog needs to be with you.
Yeah, He's sitting in my lap right now. Like a lot of times
Again,
when
he shared time with your mom, and
mm,
he is now your protector.
yeah,
And again, that's he chose you. You gotta stick with him. He's your protector.
damn it, I can't give him away.
He'd probably at least make sure he doesn't get ripped off at a fucking flea market, unlike you. But
Well, yeah, I mean, I know it's gonna be tough, man. I mean, you just gotta take a little time. Like, I think doing shows, doing what you want to do is gonna definitely help. Like,
well, but that's the thing though. I didn't do that. Like I needed to focus on that, on the issue, and
oh yes,
work through
definitely,
that. That's why I didn't do
yeah.
any fucking shows or anything. Like I didn't neglect it or ignore it, and then be like, oh, I'm just going to do something else to not have to face it. No, I faced it. You know, so
Oh yeah, I mean, you're gonna like. For me, I was a lot of times. I was stone faced with a lot of times with the deaths. Like when I was at my wife's funeral, like I was stone faced, like motionless, because I didn't know how to react. I was trying to console other people, you know, and it didn't really hit me until I was truly just alone. And then honestly, it's one of those things where when someone like if your spouse dies, a piece of
but I don't have a wife. I don't understand that. I can only say, I'm sorry, but
mm,
there's that sort of thing where it's just like I can't I can sympathize, but I can't empathize. It's like that's something
yeah.
that you have to experience. Like I was saying earlier, it's like you got to be able to experience it to be able to know what that other person was going through.
And it's kind of probably the same thing when the parent lose their children, you know?
Yeah,
That's like that's got to be just as horrible.
yeah.
I mean, eventually like I I was lucky to have my grandparents until they're in their 90s. I still have one alive,
Wow.
but yeah, like my first one didn't really pass until 2020. And it was not because of COVID. It was just, it was just time. And then, uh, honestly, the last 10 years sucked because I started losing people. And that's when I lost my dad back in 2015. Oh, shit, that's 10 years now.
Yeah.
I mean, coming up. And then 2 years later, I lost my wife. And then 2013, that's when I lost my mom. Dude, when I'm trying to date women, I'm sure they thinking, "What's going on? How's all these people dying around you?" People probably think I'm the real, like I'm a murderer, or I'm like, or I'm the Grim Reaper incarnate.
Come on, you couldn't even stab anybody with a butter knife.
It's funny. I get people at different jobs, like, and just because we screw around and or we have a fun time. Sometimes they think they overdo it, and they're like, Casey, just give me a heads up if you're gonna come by and shoot up the place. I was like, and it's not like one place said that. There was several places. I was like, really? Did I give that vibe that I could do that? Because I'm like, for me, I'm like, if I'm to the point where I feel like I had to go there, I'm gonna probably quit long before I reach that point. Like,
Well, the problem is they probably think that you'd be wielding a M16 style firearm, but in fact you'd be actually having a saw, 249, belt-fed machine gun, and you just be chopping through them. And they should be worried. How about that?
Well, my luck, I'll be like having like an Uzi, and I would start spray shooting, and I would miss everyone.
Uzis are garbage. Don't bother with that. You would be good due to your heft. Okay, I'm not calling you fat. I'm saying that you have heft. That's to be something to be proud of, because you could hold a machine gun basically at your hip, and again belt fed, and just fire into and keep it steady, and you would be able to get great coverage, huge, and
Huge.
again, eventually, if you join my militia, I think I could train you well enough to be able to provide cover for the elite.
Come on, you're not talking about like human operations, human shield, are you?
No, I'm talking about my own private army, bunch of
No, I'm not
a
talking about.
band of
I'm not.
mercenaries.
No, I'm talking about like I'm not going to be the person who's the human shield for your army.
No, you're going to be providing cover. You've got the heft to allow you to hold a machine gun at your fucking side, fire off, keep it steady, and provide the cover necessary for the troops to continue to move forward.
Are we going to have people that are like they'll go out into battle with drums or a trumpet?
That's
Like
you, Casey. You're on a need to know basis, and you don't need to know.
see
Okay.
the problem. So, the problem is when people go into battle with something like that. Like, hold on, I'm like, why? Like, unless they have a weapon on their side, like I wouldn't want to be that person.
Casey, in my military, you're not paid to think. In fact, if you were, you'd have to give a refund.
So,
Because you suck so bad. Thank you very much. I don't have the canned
but
laughter here, okay? This isn't Friends or Seinfeld where they just put in the music, or
oh god,
WWE, like, oh, cheers or fucking laughs. No. This is real. It's real.
yeah, I think even these YouTube shows where they can in like sound effects. I'm talking about like laughter or applause. I mean, like that is so cheap.
Yeah,
Like,
but we've been noticing it since the 80s. Come on, man.
oh yeah, I mean that's different. But
No, it's not
like
different.
TV,
It's the
I mean,
same fucking thing, just on fucking YouTube. You're too kind,
uh,
Casey. You are too kind.
I'm just saying it just looks worse on YouTube,
When I
especially if you're
become the ruler of the world, I'm going to make you the secretary of teddy bears.
teddy bears. I've been talking about that. I was watching a comedian, and he was they're getting heckled, and one woman said that she couldn't stand this guy that she dated because he was too nice. That he first date or second date had a bill beer for her. She's like, I cannot stand him. I was like, and then one of the people in the crowd says, "You better check that teddy bear." And they were assuming about cameras, and I thought for a second maybe it could be drug related, but it makes sense to have like more of a camera in there. But it was crazy. Like people do stuff like that. By the way, that's not a bad idea.
What?
Oh, nothing.
Nothing.
I'm
You're,
just
you're
I'm
lying.
just saying in the future use like I'm not gonna use a Build a Bear with camera in there. Like I'm not gonna do that.
Double-barreled Cameron? What did you say?
A Build a Bear
I have no
with a
idea
camera.
what you're talking about.
I was telling a joke.
Okay. You should have sent me a message telling me that.
Well, I guess I was bumbling around.
You are. You got to start to enunciate. But you do good shows, Casey. Huge.
I
I don't know
I
why you get the hate. Some people seem to think you're creepy or something.
really
Um, yeah, you're certainly not part of a certain Discord that I'm part of that is critical of you still.
oh really I couldn't care less because I never heard about that saying I'm creepy. Like I'm like I couldn't care less. I know there's a couple people thinks I'm a piece of shit. Wow. Uh,
Well, I
I
haven't
don't
seen
know.
it. Again, I always keep an open mind, although that people think I'm evil, Geppetto. But it's like I have no problem with you, Casey. So I don't really give a shit what anybody says. I'm gonna keep supporting you. I'll be in your fucking chats to shit on you and say that you are a bad video gamer. But I'll still be there to give you your first thumbs up. I'll be there in the chat, interacting, boosting that fucking algo, and maybe getting you more views and stuff. But I personally do it. Why? Not because you give me shit, although I could take a donation at any point, Casey. So thank you. But no, honestly though, Casey, I do it because I like your content. I like your fucking
I,
content. You are the
I,
fucking cool kid from fucking school back in the day. It's like this kid has literally every fucking video game system out there, and like yeah, he'll fucking have his fucking birthday party, and then everyone's playing all the video games that he's got, and like he's the richest kid. He's got the loot bags and like the clowns and shit and the magicians for the birthday. Like you got it all. Like I love your fucking content.
I
And
appreciate that.
again, like just because you lose terribly and can't play a game to save yourself, that's it's that detriment still doesn't affect how much I love the fucking content because you remind me of games like holy shit, I totally forgot about that game. The game that I had been looking again, this is important, okay? This is a fucking important point. The game that I could not remember that I just remember having so much fun at this place, iconic place in Toronto. Um, and then you end up fucking reminding me that this was an Atari game and you showed it on the links, but that was made for the arcade. And then I was just like, holy shit, thank you, Casey. I can, because I could not remember. I typed into Google and stuff like all these different type of variations of information as to, it looked like fucking, what was that game that was, again, very big on the Atari, which was, I can't,
Oh, I don't know.
and it was like, oh man, I'm too stoned to fucking know, but it was similar in the graphics and stuff. It just didn't go 360. It was only like 180 side to side. No, I can't remember. But you helped me fucking remember that and reliving those memories and stuff. That's a thing. I'm gonna be 45 in fucking April. But and yet I still get carded by white people. That's the biggest fucking
Oh wow.
gold medal that you can get. Like, yeah, okay, the fucking third world country people, uh, they can't they all see everyone the same, right? Every white person looks the same, so they can't tell that, but white people should be able to, and I still get carded for fucking alcohol or smokes or whatnot, and I do find it funny. I don't,
Well,
yeah.
in the states, I know in the states they had to card everyone that at least looks about in their 40s. Because how many times these children, no, these kids coming up, they would like 16, 17, they would have like full beards, and they'll be like freaking 6 feet tall, and you think that they're in their 20s when they're coming out of high school. And like, I remember when went in high school, could barely muster a little mustache, much less a full size beard. Like, it took. You hear that?
I do. I don't know what that is.
That's my neighbors.
Your,
Sorry about
your
that.
dog is right to fucking bark at them. Good dog. Good dog. Yeah, you fuck them up. Eat their face and then eat their soul. Devil dog.
See, the thing is, that's right.
Cerberus, sprout your
That
3 heads and seek vengeance upon them.
see, they're like that's like I'm on the other side of the room, and I hear that right through my door, too. So honestly, my door ain't.
In Minecraft.
I can't. I cannot do that. Dude, like
Too many
I,
witnesses?
I got.
Pity.
Well, true. I mean, I've been told I'm cold, but sometimes I could be cold, but I do have a heart. I
Come
can't do
on,
that.
Casey. You, dude. No, no, no. You're too adorable. You could dress up in a suit. You could claim to be a mob boss, but nobody's gonna take you seriously.
Well, I
Sorry,
am.
Casey.
I am half Italian, so I mean, I really am. I'm
There's so
not.
many
I'm
jokes
not.
that I could make right now.
I'm
You're
what?
half
I'm half what?
Italian, but all nobody. You're half Italian, but 200% fat. You're half Italian, um, and a Walmart American? I don't know.
Yeah, I get people. They're like, see, because both of my parents were half Italian. They come from very Italian family, and
Is
so
well, sorry, Casey, but Isra, it does not sound like an Italian last name.
well,
Isra? That doesn't sound
Israel,
Italian.
Israel.
Isra.
Yeah, yeah. You have to take the space out of
Ah,
it.
well, okay.
I mean, I try to fool people putting the space in there, but you know,
Shout out to Fest Love in the chat.
but have you? I tried to been watching AEW recently, but I just seem like not having a lot of time to do that. But
Do you have Max? Because
uh,
you can always do that on Max, baby. I'm not getting paid by them, but yeah, they got all the fucking pay-per-views and all the fucking shows. You can watch it there.
I
Delicious.
tell you one thing, I would. I mean, I definitely want to go back and watch the 2019 pay-per-views. Especially the one with Cody versus Dustin Rhodes. I
That was a
mean, we
good
never
one,
watched
actually. That was a good one,
that. Yeah, that was a
dude.
bloodbath right there.
I'm gonna go hard this Sunday, 3 p.m. for Fighting Words podcast, The Return, and I am going to fucking kill people. In Minecraft. When it comes to just the shit that I've been seeing and reading about their criticism of AEW and my opinions of the WWE's first episode on Netflix as well as Pentagon Junior's premiere, which everyone has such a shit take on. And I'm going to give you the real fucking take, the real situation and the real opinion that you should have in your fucking mind. Because there's a lot of fucking retards out there, and the record needs to be set straight.
I thought Penta was really good. I mean,
No, there was several moves that were botchy.
well, I saw
Maybe it's
one
fucking
that
ring rust. Okay, fine, but you know what? That fucking first of all, that entrance wasn't a big popper. If we're going to break it down, and I always break it down with the numbers, most people don't even know who the fuck he was. Okay, the Marks did. Okay, the fucking drones did. But most people did not know who he was. And for Michael Cole to say it was like, oh, he's been in TNA and Lucha Underground. It's like, motherfucker, you
I'm
just
shocked
poached
he
him.
said,
You poached him off AEW, okay? And if he and the fans, some of these idiot fans were saying, "Oh, we don't like flippy dippy shit," which is in reference to Penta. And then he comes to over at AEW, and they're like, he was always great and perfect, and AEW dropped the ball on him, and blah blah. No, it's just moving the goalposts over and over again. Anyone that fucking believes this shit is just fucking retarded, and they need to be euthanized. So I'll be talking about that whole plan of mine to euthanize these people on my show this Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you.
well, the thing is, not every ring's made the same way. Like, the ring sizes ain't going to be the same. The
Oh,
ropes
Casey, you're
ain't going to be.
adorable.
Oh, I mean, the ropes.
What the
I mean,
fuck?
I
We're
think.
not talking about the ring or the ropes. We're talking about the fucking idiot fans that want to ignore that Pentagon Jr. was basically built so well in AEW, which people will claim that he wasn't, but he was built well enough that WWE wanted him, and
Yeah,
in fact they did the contract interference where they were talking to him while he was under contract, and this motherfucker didn't give a shit, so he fucking talked to them, which was against his contract, and then stupid fucking Conan got involved and basically revealed that he was contract tampering, and well, that cost Phoenix time on on the injury list rather than being released, so they could both premiere at the same time on WWE. So, again, these people seem to have very big mouths, and they should have kept them shut. But we'll be
well,
talking that on Sunday. Okay, so you want
oh, I was going to say one thing. Honestly, I mean, Ray Phoenix is great, but honestly, Ray Phoenix needs Pentagon Jr. when Pentagon Jr. doesn't need Ray Phoenix. I found Lucha Underground
yeah,
champion,
but they
like,
both
he
okay.
did it.
Both of them work well either singles or as a tag team. So,
I agree with that.
but that's the thing. This whole doesn't need. You said like, oh, this guy needs him, but this guy doesn't need him. No, no, no. They don't need each other. They just really work well together. But they can also stand alone.
The only thing, I mean, the reason I'm saying that is because, I mean, honestly, Ray Phoenix wants to go to WWE because one, I mean, he wants
Because
to
one
join.
fucking Conan revealed it, and also subsequent Twitter messages that were deleted by Phoenix also revealed it. Claimed this thing about, they didn't take care of my mental health or my fucking physical health and stuff. And that's fucking bullshit. We already know that fucking Tony pays for everything. Pays for fucking
Oh,
rides. He pays for people's fucking rides. What? No more in AEW is this like people having to fucking bunch together and jam up into one fucking vehicle, rent one, and then drive to another city and all. Tony takes care of that.
see, I think he would flourish if WWE would have a bring back the cruiserweight title and not make it just a cruiserweight show. It needs to be like maybe a cruiserweight, like maybe go back where it used to be on Monday Night Raw. Or even have a group of them on both shows, but the champion is a floater. But I think he would do great as that.
Oh my! You should call it on Sunday so I can really just lay you out because you're so wrong, and it it needs to be discussed. And
Oh, I would love to call in and talk about this because I mean I like talking about wrestling, and a lot of times we can agree to disagree
nope,
sometimes.
I won't agree to that.
I mean, okay, we disagree to agree,
Okay.
but I'd love to sit down and talk to you about wrestling. That'd be great.
Come on, be serious. You would never stand up and talk to me. You'd need to time yourself out and, dude, I'm feeling tired. Gotta sit down. On account that you're fat.
Ah,
Yeah, I
well,
knew the joke. The joke wasn't hitting you, so I had to add the last one there. But hey,
I
I'm a stand-up comic apparently.
I do like this recliner I'm sitting in right now. Like a lot of times you would see me on my show. Uh, it's so big that I mean, I feel more relaxed if like I sit sideways in it, like
Why?
I slouch over it, and then just like sit normally or even prop up. But like and I'm starting to think about just like I got a metal folding chair and I want to sit upright for the camera, but I also like sit in this recliner.
I can't blame you. That thing looks fucking comfortable, but why don't you get one of those gamer chairs that's very rigid and the back is really aligned, I guess, and
Yeah,
vertical, and it would keep that posture. So
yeah, true. The problem is I don't have a lot of room. I would have to give up the chair
oh,
or the recliner. That's why I was thinking having. I mean, like I said, I got this metal folding chair that I could just
that's
use
not going to
that.
be comfortable. Trust me. After 20 minutes, I don't think you're. Well, I don't know. Is it the same type of chair for a WWE match or
No, it's not
event?
padded. It's not padded. It's just a
Okay, well
normal.
then you're gonna feel like shit. I mean, at least
Eh,
WWE knows how to pad their chairs so that you can sit through a 4 hour, 5 hour, or 8 hour pay per view, and really deal with a lot of shitty matches. Which I'll also talk
well,
about this Sunday because I did watch, like I said, the first episode of Raw on Netflix, and it
that.
just, oh my god, what a waste of fucking time. Oh, I can't wait to fucking destroy this shit and everyone that fucking thinks it was good. It's gonna be
Oh,
glorious.
if you watch my stream where me and the Rose and Kratos were reacting to it, we were so disinterested in it that we weren't even really talking about it because
Wow. That's bad. Because I know
yeah, we
you like the WWE, but like if you guys aren't even fucking into it, it's just like wow.
the problem is that they're like a 3 hour show or even 3 hours and 15 minutes,
A
and you're
3 hour show.
sitting there, and they take their sweet ass time dragging their feet going from the entrance all the way to the ring, and they just take forever during the match. It was like I was so not into it.
Average weight between each match about 50 some odd minutes. And there was, I believe, only 4 matches throughout the entire night.
Yeah,
So 4 matches, and then 50 minutes between each match. Like not every time, but yeah, like it was
it's
over 3 hours. Okay,
it sucked.
yeah, just and people praising it though. That's the insane thing. So I'll certainly be discussing that. Today's show is about chili, not fucking stupid marks that need to be called out for their stupidity because they're making the product worse. Here on this channel, we actually like wrestling. We allow for people to like sports entertainment, but don't tell me it's better. Um, Especially when your company has the name wrestling in their name, or the word wrestling in their name. But, World Wrestling Entertainment. But if they're not showing wrestling, they might want to start thinking of a different name. I know that would probably piss off
Yeah,
a lot of people, but they're stupid, and I'm not. What do you have to say, Casey?
no, I agree because I mean even their pay-per-views they'll be like 3 hours long, and they only get 5 matches and no matches on the pre-show, and it's like a lot of
Yeah,
times
I'm like, what the fuck is that?
and there's no
Meanwhile,
pre-show
AEW
match.
actually has some fucking banger matches on pre-shows and shit.
Yeah, I think it at least added maybe two matches or one match on 1 hour pre-show. It would make it a lot better because like a lot of times you sit like I don't want to sit and watch the fucking pre-show. They're treating it like if it's the like NFL's pre-show. You know, you have all those commentators. You know, they want to predict stuff, and that's cool when you want to get ready, but it doesn't work for the WWE to me. Like you need to have pre-shows. Everyone else does it, where they'll have the pre-show matches. WWE just stopped doing it recently in the last year or so, maybe 2 or 3 years. It's been a while, but I'm like the only thing I can think of why they stopped doing that is like when I was at WrestleMania 29 and they started the pre-show and there was not a lot of people in the arena or actually at the stadium, but it looked pretty empty because people were still filing in. So maybe that's why they don't do it, because they uh how empty it looks. But I mean, I don't, honestly, when I get into the stadium or arena, I'm going straight to my seat. Maybe I'll get something to eat or drink, but I'm not gonna be waiting in line for a fucking t-shirt or anything, because you're gonna be waiting there forever. You're gonna miss the show. Like fuck that. So I think that's why they stopped doing the pre-show matches.
Yeah, well, in the end, they're not showing wrestling.
No.
There are wrestling bits. We can break it down, which I will. But again, if you want wrestling, you go to AEW. If you want sports entertainment, you go to WWE. They've got that locked down. They've got the budget for the fucking pyro. They got the lights. They got the screens. They got all this sort of shit going on. The ring. You like to wait 40 minutes between each match and spend more money than you need to on t-shirts and merch there for the kids, because that's who their demographic is, which I've talked about multiple times. But when you go there, you're going to be splurging on yourself. You buy the shirts, the merch, and blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. You go there. It doesn't matter. It's a circus. It really is. It's a fucking circus. You're going there. You don't mind, clearly, waiting 40 minutes for the next fucking match. So, but you got your fucking, your drink that fucking looks like Hulk Hogan flexing. You got your fucking t-shirt with the Rock. You've got your fucking hat. Whatever. Like, you got all this sort of shit. You got the popcorn, and the kids are happy and all that stuff. And like, you've seen these shows, not shows, but like clips and shit on the big screen while you're waiting for the match. And you're being entertained. It's a circus. It's an event. They've clearly geared it towards children.
Yeah.
But it works. It makes money, and even because it's not focused on wrestling. Simple as that. Faggots can try to criticize AEW, but they're faggots. They don't know about wrestling. They know about sports entertainment, and that's what they like. That's great. I'm not saying everyone that likes sports entertainment is a faggot, but what I'm saying is that those that are critical of AEW don't seem to realize that, again, that's the whole purpose. The live event actually brings in a lot of money for WWE. So they're going to do that pageantry. They're going to go over the top. And again, it's like going to a theme park. The kids are going to want all the fucking shit. They're going to want the blinky hat. They're going to want the fucking custom snack, with the character, and like, what, you're just there for the experience. You're not there actually for the quality. Sorry, people, that's the truth.
The thing is, I learned, like, when I went to WrestleMania 38, first night, I brought my belt with me. And I brought my cheapest belt with me because I I didn't want to take a chance of someone trying to steal the belt away from me. And then realized there's not a lot of room. Luckily, during the show, I was able to, when I'm not want to hold it, I tucked it under the seat, and because there's really no room. And then the last time I went to, well, I think when I went to an AEW show, uh, in arena, I was like, I got me a drink and something to eat. I think it was like a pretzel or something, and like, and you're squeezing into this tiny ass seat, and you don't want to elbow the person right beside you. So like, wow, you don't even have room to eat. So now, if I do, I'll either eat something before the show, or wait until after and just have a drink during the show because that's all you have room to do.
Casey, I do
Like
care for you. It's not the seats that are, it's not the seats that are the
they're
problem, Casey.
they're
It's
tiny
you,
though,
man. It's
dude.
you. Lose some fucking weight, please.
They're tiny.
Stop it. Stop it
They're.
right now. I'm gonna
I mean, I
call it
can
on
fit.
Saturday is, you know,
Dude,
Casey
I'm
or
telling
whatever the
you, they're
fuck you call your
tiny.
show these days, and I'm just gonna give you health facts on how you can fucking you can drop it because you like one of these influencers that goes on the airplane and be like, oh, this seat's too small and stuff. It's like, bitch, you're fucking the size of a fucking whale. Okay, stop it. It's not the
That's
seat's
different.
fault. It's your fault. And Casey,
No,
I know you can lose weight.
well, these seats are tiny though. Like you barely, like
Come
I fit
on,
in
it's not
them.
a fucking plane or it's not a seat for a kid, man. It's made for an adult.
Yeah, but I mean, I fit in them. It's just I'm
Oh,
just saying
Casey,
there's
if
none.
you were in my boot
There's
camp, I would just, oh, I would make you into a new man. I can promise you that. We'd be, even before the sun rises, we would be marching, dude, and I would torture you so badly. But I can promise you, when you come out of it, you're going to be a fucking monster.
I can march and like I can, dude. I can walk all day or even jog. It's just
Oh,
right
Casey,
now
I
I
love
got
how
a
you.
bum leg. I really, I
Then we'll
got
cut it
really.
off and you'll have to do it one legged. How about that? That's how it works in my fucking camp. Okay, so you better not mention, oh, my injury. Okay, we'll cut it off and then you won't have to worry about it no more. That's how it works. We make
It's
men in the infantry. How about that?
well, I mean, it was a couple weeks ago. This sounds bad, but
It always
I
does when it
was
comes from you.
I was inside a trailer. We're bucking rivets on top of the top part of the trailer, and I wasn't watching what I was doing, and the ladder kind of kicked out from underneath me, and I falled against the trailer, and then I landed right on the my left calf, between my left calf and my knee, and it's been hurting for the last couple weeks. It's doing better, but uh, I've been limping everywhere now.
Well, I'm not authorized as a doctor to provide information, but well, I was the first person to speak about the benefits of cannabis and how it cures cancer on Joe Cronin's show, and I was ridiculed for that for many years until obviously it came out that it does. So yeah, um, I don't know if you want to follow my medical advice, but I'm certainly always open to those that wish to hear an alternate opinion. And again, not being owned by Big Pharma, I'm not going to charge you anything and certainly won't profit from it.
Well, I don't see. It's not like black and that's not bruised or swollen. It's just sore now, just where it is. But I know people are like, "Oh, did the ladder break on you?" No, it just kicked under from me. But I did have a ladder break on me before.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't your weight, right? Okay.
Well, that one was. Plus, it was not. It was a wood ladder, and uh.
Casey, just stop. Just stop. Okay. It's the same excuses that you make when it comes to video games. Like, oh, it's not really my fault. No, it is your fault. Okay, you just stop blaming other things. Okay.
Hold on, I never said I was a good video game player. I never said
No,
that.
but you've said, oh, this is bullshit and stuff. It's like, it's not a bullshit. You just suck at the game. You've never actually
There,
admitted that you suck.
well, there's some points
And in fact, I
games
still think
like
that you're playing that whole shit. I don't think you suck at all. You're just fucking pretending to so you can infuriate people like me and others. Because again, statistically, it's not possible. It's not possible you could be losing that badly. You know the
oh
shit. You own the stuff. How the fuck are you that bad? It's not possible. You're fucking playing everyone.
oh I'm that bad. I mean, it,
I don't know.
I mean it's the newer games I'm able to beat. It seems like they're easier to beat. It's like these games back like from the 16-bit era. It seems like they're harder to and back obviously that's harder to beat because obviously
Oh man, there's a
I'm
lot of
trying to
gay faggots in watching right now. I guess it's the ghost watchers, hate watchers, but 62% says no, they are gay and prefer AIDS as opposed to hungry for diner food. Oh man, well that kind of makes sense. The homosexuals are sort of attracted to those that are again masculine and non-homosexual because that's something they'll never have. They're literally the opposite. So psychologically they actually gear towards what they're actually lacking because they're psychologically they do understand I'm not normal, I'm lacking something, and they're clearly effeminate, males, and what's the opposite of that? A masculine male. So that's they gravitate towards those that are in fact pure machismo, and that's what I am. The Rose, he is 1,000% testosterone, okay, and he is the bestest man that ever lived. Well, second best. We gotta remember that other guy that died for our sins. You know that guy. But second best. I'll take second best. That's okay. Maybe 10th best. Still better than you. How about that? Guys, and what you think?
Jesus.
Yeah, of course. He's the main man. What you talking about?
You know what I don't get is that you're talking about homosexuals about how some of these lesbians will date women who look like dudes and like they're like I
Yep.
seen couple like there was one person that was my late wife's tattoo artist. Beautiful woman. I'm sorry. I would fuck the piss out of her if I would had a chance. But she became a lesbian, and I went. Me and my late wife went into the tattoo shop, and I saw this mohawk wearing kid, and I thought it was some punk kid there waiting for a tattoo. Found out that was her girlfriend. It's like when my wife told me, it was like that was not a dude. That's a girl.
Hmm.
Like, and then a lot of times you see these butchy looking women. I'm like, obviously they still want someone who's manly looking, but obviously they want someone that's feminine, emotional. I'm like, it makes no sense.
No, it does.
Like
It's
that.
it's a mental illness, and it was removed from the medical journals and manuals because a big, large Jewish gay contingent attacked people, and they were forced to change this. You can look it up yourself. Very controversial, yes. But the reason why that was removed from the DSM manual of mental illnesses was due to, again, violence and massive money from big sponsors. And that's where we stand today. But that's a rabbit hole that most people don't want to check out.
Like, at least lesbian, if they're gonna be attracted, at least attracted to someone who's just as feminine.
I
You
don't
know?
care. I honestly don't give a shit about fucking lesbians or who they're attracted to and whatever. I'm not. If you're a lesbian, why would I be fucking interested in you? You're a fucking lesbian. Go deal with
Well, I'm
your
just
own
saying.
mental illness, and whatever.
Well, I'm just saying, if like if the woman looks just as manly as I am, like then what's the point? Do you want the pussy lips or do you want the dick? I'm like,
Stop looking in that way because you'll never understand it. It's a mental illness, and they're basically trying to compensate for the trauma that they actually faced in childhood. Well, here's the truth. Officially announced, it's 41% of homosexuals that said that they experienced sexual abuse, either mostly from a family member, but sometimes a caregiver or something like that, that basically uh, caused them to go homosexual. And that's the announced stuff. There's been surveys about this, but a lot of gay people don't consider uh, somebody who's okay. They don't consider a 14-year-old being groomed by somebody who's older as a problem. So they're the ones that are not reporting that they were sexually abused. But basically, as a 14-year-old being sexually abused by somebody who's not a minor, that's the grooming
yeah,
shit. So they're not admitting it, or they don't see it as that. So if you really want to break it down, you're looking at, and again, this might upset people, but you're looking at over 90% of people that have been sexually abused as kids have wound up as homosexuals. Just, just the way it is. I mean, people can, get outraged, but if they look at the stats, that's where it is. It's a sad, disgusting thing. And then you start to see that these trans people want to groom kids, that there's this whole interest in having drag queens like tell stories to kids. Okay, answer me this, Casey. Why are they not going to the VA reading stories to the vets? Why aren't they going to fucking old folks' home reading stories to them? Why aren't they going to fucking, I don't know, anywhere? Like, why are they only focused on the kids? Why do they only want to be able
yeah,
to?
that.
You see what I'm saying? They're not going to fucking old
I mean
folks'
that,
home,
but
fucking hospices, no, just the kids. Why? Because they're groomers. Because they're groomers. Plain and
well,
simple.
I
They're
also I
groomers.
also think I also don't think the vets would want a bunch of trans people coming to them or same thing. Probably the old folks' home. I mean, honestly, I mean you would know as well as I and our generation. You know, our grandparents are like they're old school where I mean, a lot of this stuff wasn't even accepted back then. I mean, being gay back in during their time was like
What are you talking
so
about?
taboo.
Being gay in the 80s was still not considered acceptable. It was ridiculed and
Yeah,
it was laughed
even
at.
in the '90s, in even the '90s too, it was almost not acceptable too. But I mean,
Are you sitting down right now?
yeah,
Then why are you sounding out of breath? Jeez, dude.
did
You're gonna
I
have to go
sound
through
out
my
of breath?
fucking my boot camp. I'm going to have to train you so that you can actually live well. And I've always been very cognizant of your chronic breathing issues. And I've told you in the past, like, why don't you get the fucking Vicks Vapor Rub and put it in your chest?
Well, it doesn't really help me. I don't know why.
Motherfucker, your doctors are fucking trying to kill you. Let Dr. Dave, let Dr. Rose. They call me Dr. Rose. Yeah, there's a Kiss sort of reference for those that know. Probably few. But yeah, you should let me help you with your health. Next thing we know, you're ripping fucking phone books in half.
Technically, ripping phone books in half is a trick. You don't
It
even
is a
have to be.
trick, but you still have to have good strength. So,
I guarantee you, if I know the trick, I could probably rip a phone
dude,
book.
dude, you couldn't even win with the fucking Game Genie. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, hold on. I mean, are we talking about old school phone book, or is it like today's phone book where it's like the size of the Game Genie book?
Oh, come on.
I mean,
Stop. You stop with these fucking. You know. You know.
I mean, how are you gonna find like an old school phone book still? Like we had to go
They
to
still
like a
make
flea.
them, dude. They still make them. So.
Yeah, but I guarantee you they're a lot thinner than they used to be. Like
Okay, and?
I'm just saying,
You
if
just
you
said.
want you would have to find a full fledged phone book from like the 80s or even 90s to be, before cell phone was a thing. You know, that's where you need to test it. Not today's modern age phone book. Like you could
Casey,
probably
you're
rip
you're
that.
fucking crazy, man. You bring up even things that are more obscure than I do. Like you're talking about, like, well, Well, sorry.
Well, Dave, I'm surprised that you're not even discussing this. It's 2025, and phone books have gotten thinner. Like, why are you even talking about this? Like, phone books, thinner. Like, society is changing, Dave. Don't you understand?
I'm shocked we even still have phone books.
You're making
I
a
mean,
good
I'm
point,
shocked.
though. The phone book
Like,
thing is a philosophical discussion. People might consider you retarded. Um, Hard to argue, but you do make these great points, which will have to make us all hesitate because, like, just like you have to question: is Casey really losing on accident or on purpose? Because my conspiracy theory is Casey is just pretending to be fucking inept when it comes to the video games, because he knows what he's fucking doing. He just likes getting us mad, watching him lose and like yelling. He's like, "I made you mad." So that's my conspiracy theory.
well, I'm just saying, there's some stuff that I feel like uh should be obsolete, and that's one of them. And I'm thinking newspapers should be a thing as
Oh, come
well
on,
because
come on.
you can read
I know.
whatever
No,
the newspapers have online nowadays.
there are certain points where you need to cut yourself off there, Casey, and that's one of them. Okay, you can talk about video games, okay, but anything else, even cooking, you have not proven yourself. You have not proven
Hey,
yourself to be a good cook. How about that?
well, I didn't say I was a good cook.
No,
Because
okay, to even be competent enough to create a good meal. How about that? How do you have a date? You just order food every time, or are you willing to impress your lady with a proper home cooked meal? Hmm?
uh,
Casey?
next next question.
Next question, exactly.
Well, I
But
mean, usually, I would take the person to a restaurant or something. I mean,
okay, yeah, that's one
I,
date. That's one date. You're not going to keep taking them to a. Are you not going to cook for them? Or you're not going to demand that the woman actually cook for you. It's like, lady, this is our third date. You are to cook for me. After all, you are female and should have no right to vote or be in public office.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, gosh, actually, one of the first couple dates with my late wife, she actually cooked me chicken parmesan for a date. I was like,
Yes,
wow,
women
like,
are, again, women do that. It takes a special man, a skilled and talented man, to do that for a woman and prove that, in fact, men are always the better chefs. Because that's the truth. Why is it that the best chefs around the world are men? It's because we're better cooks. So, of course, you have to flaunt that and rub it into a woman's face. Why did not you do that
oh,
thing? Oh, she cooked me chicken. Did you cook her something of value? No,
oh, I mean,
of course not.
I cooked things for her. Yes,
You, okay.
it is mainly breakfast I would do
What
for
was
her.
okay? Let's do it this way. You loved your wife so much, and you wanted to show how much you appreciated her. What is the most fanciful thing that you cooked for her? In fact, let's not just focus on your wife, your mother, perhaps another lady, a fancy lady in your life. What is the fanciest thing that you ever cooked?
Uh, I was
Macaroni and cheese with hot dogs.
with hot dogs. I mean, I can understand. Well,
Oh, come on, Casey. Casey, stop it, man. I'm getting people telling me that they're fucking starving, that they need the Drama Diner to open, and I'm just being cordial to you and allowing you to speak and stuff. But, like, come on, man. Give me something good here. We got a fucking, like, an army fucking forming outside the diner just demanding to be let in.
believe me, I'm nowhere ready to be a cook at the diner for sure.
No, we're not even talking about that. We're talking about you just being able to cook for a fucking woman that you bring home. Like, are you not gonna again? Like, you're gonna order every time?
This time around, I'm going to order the second Mexican restaurant.
But Casey, we already ate from there.
Okay, we'll go for another Mexican restaurant.
No, Casey, you got to be cooking for her. Has my Too Many Chef show not taught you anything?
I don't cook.
You don't.
It's one of the.
Just like Costanza there in the chat, who fucking posts an image on fucking Instagram and is like, a fucking pizza. It's a store-bought fucking pizza, you fucking idiot. Like, I've made pizza. I've made pizza from raw dough and shit. Made the dough. Fucking put the ingredients on there. Fucking cooked it and all that. And this motherfucker, Costanza in the chat, he buys it in the box. It's DiGiorno. It's Delicio. It's the fucko. And then he puts it in the fucking oven or in the fucking what's in the fryer? What's the air fryer? He puts it in that fucking contraption. He's like, look at me. I fucking made pizza. You didn't do shit, motherfucker. You didn't do fucking shit.
I mean, if someone was there, if someone was here to help me step by step to do a pizza, I would love to learn.
Are you fucking kidding me? Do we need to have another fucking episode where I taught, and it wasn't me who failed, it was Bullfrog. I taught Bullfrog to make rice. He chose to ignore the instructions. I don't understand that word. I'm going to skip this entire fucking point. No, Casey, I will teach you to make pizza. And I can do so simply with my very eviscerating words and emasculating words. Make you feel very bad, but it will make you make a good pizza. And I encourage that. So you don't need no teaching, nothing. I can do that live. And it would be great.
Talking about Bullfrog, I got word that someone told me that he's dead. Oh my
Okay,
god.
you can tell me who that was privately, because I want to add them to a list of faggots that need to be euthanized. Because I sorely doubt that.
Well, I mean, I try to reach out to. Well, I don't
Somebody told me
remember.
he was dead, so I'm gonna have to believe
Well, I didn't say I
them.
believe it. It was just I. Maybe they asked me if I knew if he was dead, but I was like I know he was like having like I tried to call him. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God,
hey, I want to
Casey,
do a. I
Casey.
want to
Oh
do.
my God, Casey.
I want to do a bit with him, and he ghosted me. I was like,
Casey, you're
okay.
no, I'm not okay. I'm not okay at all because you're going off fucking shit, and I want you to identify this person. I'm gonna determine whether or not they need to be called. Because if you're listening to people who clearly don't know what they're talking about, yeah, there's a problem.
I mean, when's
Casey,
the
why
last
are
time
you
we heard from
listening?
him?
Why are you listening to people that don't know what's fucking going
Well, I'm just saying, it's just.
on?
I mean, we
Okay, no,
hadn't
you don't
heard.
know. Okay, did you send me the name of this person? Send me the name of this person who convinced you of that privately.
I had to look. I had to look for it. It's been a
What you
while.
don't? So you just got a random message
No, I
and
mean, I. It would take me a little bit of time to look on Discord who it was.
so you got a random message from somebody who told you this because you can't remember them. It has to be random. If it was somebody that you were in constant communication with, you'd know exactly who they were, but you don't. So it was some
Well,
random thing. Again, like you get these messages on text, like your package hasn't been delivered. Please click here on this link that says "fuck
oh
you
hell.
roundeye.chinachingchalk.com," and you click on that, and then your fucking whole computer gets a virus. Is that the type of person you are?
No, I
Yes.
know that.
Yes, it is.
I
Oh,
mean,
Casey.
but I just I'm not. I'm pretty bad with
Able, able, able.
messages.
That's all,
I,
folks. Come on,
I'm
Casey.
pretty bad with messages. Like
You're
when
you're
people
pretty
try to
bad with fucking
contact.
talking here right now. Like, have you been? I know, like, you don't smoke weed. You don't. I don't think you drink beer. You know, you're not into the
Beer,
spirits.
no,
You don't
definitely
like the
not.
fentanyl or the fucking cocaine. And like, dude, you're acting retarded. What's going on?
I don't know what you're
I
talking
love you,
about.
Casey, but like, dude, I care for you.
I
If
just
you are
saying
you having a
that
stroke here? Can you lift your left arm? Are you okay? Can you balance?
uh I
Somebody
can't
call
lift
the
my left arm.
Oklahoma fucking medical team. Oklahoma. In
But
fact, actually, Oklahoma seems like a good state. They almost entirely voted for Trump, so based.
yeah, it's usually yeah they're a Republican state. So I mean, I was gonna vote, but I was like, ah! I knew the state was gonna vote for Trump anyways.
You son of a bitch! You. I'm
Plus, I
getting
mean,
I'm getting a fucking I'm getting real close to making a fucking tribunal on you, Casey, because if you're telling me that you didn't even vote for your country,
well,
that's
honestly, what is my one vote gonna do anyways? Like
that's
my
commie talk, that's loser talk, and I swear to God, I'm gonna owe you a beating when we eventually meet. Okay, because you admitted that right now. It's like, oh, what's one vote gonna cost? Considering the Democrats fucking cheat, quite a lot. So you better expect a fucking beat down, Casey. I
I
love you,
mean, at
bud.
least
I
I'm
love you, bud. I want to play the video games at your house and stuff. You are the coolest kid in the class. But you're gonna get a beat down for that. I promise you that. When we meet eventually in real life, and it'll happen, I'm gonna punch your arm so fucking hard. I'm gonna fucking leave it purple. Okay.
No, it wouldn't be the
Okay.
first. It wouldn't be the first.
Okay.
I get, dude. I used to get daily beatings all the time. So, like, we're
Oh.
the
So you don't want me to threaten you with a good time, huh?
I was
I
built for beatings.
I had one time like, oh my gosh, this one last shop I used to work for in Pennsylvania, dude would horseplay and he would like punch me or kick me all the time and leave bruises. And one time we were in the locker room and I think he kneed me in the leg and he broke my fucking phone. I was like, dude, what the
And you did
fuck?
nothing. Meanwhile, I would have probably been arrested. But yeah, that's Casey. I've somehow, some way, I need to improve you. I need to make you a better person. I know you're capable of it, but you are right now in your vagina phase, so you really are being a pussy. I need to bring you out of that and evolve you into a new man so that you can stand up for yourself and utilize the abilities that you innately have. It's going to be a difficult one. Um, you might want to slide back to that faggotry, but I won't allow it, and I will help you in this difficult time. I won't, again, try to make you think that you are something that you're not, like these people, these liberals, make these men think that they're women. No, it's not going to be allowed. No trans allowed,
Well,
and no fake Caseys. We're going to get the real
oh,
Casey. How about that?
well, the only time I uh, announce myself as a woman is when I go inside the woman's bathroom and I announce I am now a woman.
I never
So,
even talked about that. I didn't even know you were doing that. Like, what do you? Oh man, what are you doing?
no, I mean, you can't like I'm acknowledge myself when I go in there as a woman, so they can't kick me out of their
Casey,
best
you are so
bathroom.
bad at fucking comedy. It's tragic, really. It is truly a Shakespearean tragedy. Um, I could even stretch it out, make it bad, and still will be good. But oh, Casey, you really need to stick to what you're good at, and that's video games and cheating video games.
Yes, cheating video games. I mean, there's some things like uh when I'm playing on the new consoles, if there's an option to make it easier, I'm like, is it technically cheating if they give you an option? Like, I can understand on my retrofit, it's
No, it's
not.
cheating that when you go on the easy option, you still do the fucking load, the load state. You
Well,
know,
that's
no, no, no,
different.
no, 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 no. You choose easy, you lose, and then you go like,
No, I'm gonna go back to the same state and then go back and not even lose.
no, that's the bad thing. Okay, Casey, that's the bad thing. But again, I've got other stuff to talk about. We've got this drama diner again. People are just banging at this door here. Okay, and that needs to be discussed. We got all this other stuff to discuss. And I do appreciate you calling in, but Casey, come on,
Yes.
man. Like you sort of chose this, like you chose to not be better at video games. What can I say?
Well,
You,
hold on, it's not. I didn't choose to be bad. I just
oh, come
am
on.
bad. I mean,
No,
if I chose to be better, I would be. I'm just not like I'm okay at newer console versions, but the like I said, the retro ones are just they're made to be extremely hard. So
yeah,
that's why
I don't
they
know.
deserve to be cheated on.
Come on, man. No, no,
Yes,
no.
yes.
Why can I win a game without having to cheat and you can't? That's just unacceptable.
But maybe you're just better in video games than I am.
Possible, but I still don't accept it because these games are easy to. Again, come on, man. There's 6-year-olds that are fucking winning this game. You're
Well, that's
fucking.
different.
No, it's
You no.
not
I mean,
different.
look at it. Some of these kids nowadays,
Oh my
they'll
god.
play like modern day games and they'll destroy people in their who's adults
You know what? I'm done with this.
because
I'm done with this. I'm done with this. You're frustrating me way too much. It's way too much. We can discuss this on your show. Saturday is Casey is a bad video game player and we can discuss it there. But yeah, you're exasperating me. It's the same circular conversation that goes over and over again. Okay, we're done with that. If anyone wants to hear me trying to convince Casey that this is not what he's talking about, be sure to tune into Casey. I guess tomorrow, Casey, you're going to cancel again. You're gonna be live tomorrow, Casey.
I actually have a couple topics that I want to talk about. Actually,
That
so
wasn't the
I
question. The question was, are you going to be
yes,
live tomorrow?
and I said yes. I actually have a couple.
No, you went straight
topics.
into like, well, this. No. It's simple. You come out with it. Yes, I will be live tomorrow with
Yes,
Casey's Raw.
yes.
And then we'll be discussing these further topics. That's how you handle it. Oh, Casey. Oh,
I'm
Casey.
sorry.
Well, you're going to have
Uh,
to continue to apologize because you got a bad rap. How about that?
uh, uh, I mean,
Okay.
that's all I can do is apologize. But I appreciate
Oh,
you
Casey.
having me on.
Well, thank you
So
for coming on, sharing your thoughts. And yeah, I appreciate your sympathies and so forth. But
yeah, just here to try to give you a good laugh, trying to
you gave me
help
a
you
good
out.
cry. How about that? You gave me a few good cries. But I guess that's just how you are, Casey. But
I'll talk.
okay,
I'll
Casey.
talk.
What else you got?
No, just saying. I'll talk to you later, then.
All right, Casey. Thank you so much for
All right.
tuning in.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Guaranteed. And there goes Casey Raw. I'm sure some people were kind of picking up. I was trying to wrap it up. Sorry, Casey, but, you're a little thick. And I'm quite the asshole. But I was giving you respect. Nobody can say that I don't give respect. Now, if he was to get a CD player from me and bonk it off his fucking couch, just like Bullfrog did to Ken, maybe I'd have a different opinion. But I'll forgive you. I'll forgive you, Casey, once you make a donation to me. Until then, I'll hold it against you. But yes, we got a whole diner to go. I'm fucking starving, to be quite honest. This episode, we got 13 viewing so far. I'm sure that once I put Drama Diner, it'll get a lot more filled up, as always, because people are disingenuous, but also they love the drama. And they're also hate watchers and ghost watchers. So they'll, again, hang in the background and be like, oh, this is such a great show. But won't pay a goddamn thing for it or even acknowledge it because I'm a ghost watcher and don't want to be in the chat, even though I can be seen by the number of viewers that are tuned in. Yes. But again, oof. The menu that I have, I'm fucking starving. I really am. And I want to dive in to a great meal. We have about, 6 minutes, I guess, until this particular video reaches 2 hours. I do like those even numbers. I don't know if I'm actually going to wait for that entire time. Again, the ghost watchers and the hate watchers are so intent for me to engage in the proper warfare. And I do believe that quite many will be interested in what I have to say. Because I also have a few people telling me that they actually want to call in and discuss, because I shared with them what I was going to be discussing. And they want to address that. Yes, I like making noises. Yes. Nobody does it better than Dave Rose. So, what do we got here? Let's just check it out. 12 viewings so far. We are at 1 hour and 55 minutes, I guess. Actually, you know what? How about this? Let me start. We're just gonna... Skype lines are open for the last 4 minutes, whatever. Doubt anyone's gonna call. But we are gonna set up the next video while this video is still going, so that we do a nice smooth translation and transition. And I'll also put the link in the chat, so that just people that are watching right now will just be able to quickly jump into that. Skibbity bop doo doo, shibbity bibbity doo. Let's do that. Drama Diner 132. And we have to add the menu right now, which I have prepared. It's going to be a great menu. Again, the menu is never actually spoken of, but when you check out the actual text of the said video, you shall see the irony and the delicious educated jokes. So we'll set this to 7:30, but we will start soon after this because it's only 7:13, and 2 minutes would be too early to start. So we will start it, I would say, the next 5 minutes, but YouTube does not allow that option. So, on that note, we are currently at, have I burnt enough time? What are we at? 1 hour and 57 minutes. Oh, hold on. What the fuck's going on here? I don't know what my YouTube is doing. Grand, yes. But fuck it. We won't go for the full 2 hours. It's fucking 4 minutes or whatnot of trying to keep it going. No. We're just going to stop it. So, stay tuned. I'll get the fucking video going. Just refresh my channel. We got a lot to go, actually. We're going to spin it up. But be ready, because the Drama Diner actually has a juicy content to go through. So that note, I am Devious Dave Rose. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Chill Hangout. And on that note, we shall see you